Hello, Mouse Planet. Hopefully, technically clean this evening. Show number 28, Mouse Planet Fun at Home Live, show number 28. Wow, 28 weeks. Turn on the little Mouse Planet bug for a few seconds. We'll probably turn it off as I fill the screen up with our contributors and special guests. Uh, not anything specific here in Florida news-wise since yesterday's Mouse Planet update. Be sure to go check that out on MousePlanet.com. Walt Disney World update every Tuesday. I've been doing it pandemic long. I think I took a 2-week break. So 2 weeks out of 30, that's not bad. I'm going to bring on the CEO herself, Adrienne Vincent Phoenix, out in California. She's got some California news. Hi, Adrienne. How are you doing?
Hey, well, it's not so much news, but progress, I guess, if we want to call it that. Disneyland was announced today has reached an agreement with 11 cast member unions on a return to work protocol. And that may seem a little bit premature given that the state still has yet to release any opening guidance for the theme parks. But this actually does pave the way for Disney to recall some of its cast members who are not currently working and put them into positions that may provide some alternative ways of opening. As a friend of mine pointed out this weekend, what does Knott's Berry Farm have that what does Disneyland have that Knott's Berry Farm doesn't have? Unions. And so while Knott's Berry Farm has been able to reopen with all of their food and wine festival events that they've been doing for the past several months, Disneyland has yet to come to an agreement with recalling its cast members to try to be able to do the same type of thing. Now, that doesn't mean that that's what's holding it up. That doesn't mean that that's what's keeping Disney from doing anything like that. I hear that that whole equation is a lot more complicated than any of us would really believe. But it does mean that now the groundwork has been laid that should the state of California come up with some kind of guidance for the Disneyland Resort, the cast member unions, most of them are already now on board. They know how it's going to happen. Cast members have been told very specifically, you're going to get a phone call 7 days before you're recalled. It's going to go in seniority order, even down to the thing where, if you don't answer the phone the first time, you're going to get called back in 45 minutes. And if you don't answer that, you've got 3 days. And I mean, there's this whole list of information that's been put out by Local 50, which is the largest, second largest union. It's the food and beverage union for the resort. And so that's actually a really good thing to see happen. The cast members now know how recalls would happen in the event that Disneyland's allowed to reopen, or in the event that Disneyland finds an alternate way to reopen. The Halloween season, unfortunately, it's a bust for Disney. There's just no hope of recovering that.
And
But
there was that Bob Chapek interview today where he's not particularly sounding upbeat. The battle between the state of California and Disney is just heating up, I think. I mean, the California, as you wrote this week, isn't making any real deliberative move towards opening theme parks.
The only thing that I think is positive in that is that Governor Newsom did announce that he is sending a team to Walt Disney World. So he's sending a team from California to Walt Disney World to observe how the Disney theme parks there have reopened and to kind of get an idea of what kind of guidance that, and best practices might be integrated into the guidance that the state issues.
And of course, the Lakers having won the championship and the castle getting lit up purple and yellow.
Nothing to do with it.
No coincidence there, right?
Nothing to do with it. So, I mean, that's pretty much it here from Disneyland. The Disneyland Resort is still not open, and it's definitely hurting a lot of the businesses. We've been talking to some of the hotel operators in the area, and everybody's just really hurting right now. And as we're 7 months going into 8 months on this, people are looking for any hope of any kind of recovery, anything to salvage any of the holiday season.
Well, in the happier news department, today is also
This is Todd Pickering, looking good for 90.
Mouse Planet contributor Todd Pickering's 90th birthday. I'm going to bring him on. He's laughing it up. But hi, Todd. How are you doing?
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm doing well. I took a trip to Santa Barbara to take the day off. So I hope the sounds good. Thanks for the tribute. And it's I'm only 80, Alan.
Oh, well, I have the longer version. Let me show that. It's not going to have any audio, but it has a little bit of more color to it, shall we say, and people have seen some of these clips before.
Happy birthday, Mickey Mouse. Hot dogs! Hot dogs! Whoa, pour me an old-fashioned, Mickey and Minnie. Ah, that's a little creepy, don't you think? Oof. Oh, God. You kind of got dark there. Looking good for 90. Happy birthday, Mickey Mouse.
So happy birthday, Mickey Mouse.
Oh, thank you. I was Mickey that you got mixed up with 90, not me.
Yeah,
So
Todd,
close.
you're only half 90. We know that.
Yeah, let's run with that.
Yeah,
Let's run
half
with
90.
that.
So you've been to the resort a few times. I've seen you posting. What have your observations been lately when you've been to downtown Disney?
Well, I did go this last week, and they had opened Stage 17, and the Stage 17 was where it used to be the Millionaire Show, and they do lots of events in there now. Or I think they had the Black Panther meet and greet there, if I'm not mistaken. Adrian can nod on that.
Yeah, and the Olaf thing that they did for the longest time, which I wish they'd bring back.
I think we've lost his audio.
The amount
Hello.
of people they can allow in, and I was there one of the first nights, so it was really crowded, I have to say. And I got in under the wire, meaning before 5 o'clock. I got there about 3:30. But when I left, there was a lot more people in the Esplanade. I think people are just itching to get back into the park, so they want to be out and around. It's a nice extra area. I think it keeps, if you want to shop, there's nothing in Stage 17 that isn't in World of Disney, but it allows more people to shop, and it moved very quickly. The whole time I was in the queue, it wasn't long at all. It never got longer. Moved very quickly, and when I exited, it was the same amount of people. So I think that's helping a lot, getting more people through. But people are dining, and people are out, and yeah, it's certainly reaching maximum capacity.
Well, and one of our readers keeps asking about the Trader Joe's Taqueria, and hey, they posted a sign that they are reopening. So they
Yeah, I
haven't
said
done
that
it yet,
too.
but that's great. So hopefully this weekend.
Yeah.
So Todd, are you gonna? Oh, go ahead, Todd.
Go ahead. No.
I was going to ask you if you're going to stick around for the game, or if you're just going to go off
I
and
don't
party
have
for your
the
birthday.
ability to, so I'm not going to. Once we start the game, I'll drop out.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Todd.
This is Todd Pickering. Looking good for 90.
Happy birthday, Todd.
Thank you very
All
much,
right.
everyone.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye. All right. So with that, I have a couple of little pieces of Disney news from here that I will interweave throughout the show, but it's time for our game show, which has a slightly new opening this week. Ready?
Oh,
Here we go. So there, we have a slightly new opening this week because our multi-winning champion Shelley is back with us once again. Nobody seems to be able to knock her off, so I'm going to try to change the rules as the game goes this week. But we'll start with our new Mike Wazowski moment made just for her.
oh,
So there she is, right over her own logo.
beautiful.
So welcome back, Shelley. All good with you?
Everything's doing great. So, well, I mean, great as in like a new kind of great, but great.
All right. Well, this week, as the extra special twist, Adrian is going to be your opponent. So the CEO of Mouse
I'm coming
Planet
for ya.
against the person who runs On the Go and MCO. It's going to be an epic challenge. But before we get to that, I want to welcome another of our very special guests, Scooper Trader Holland. Scooper Trader. There he is.
Hi,
How's it
guys.
going, Holland?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're
Perfect.
coming in good now. So
Awesome.
Holland Hayes, welcome back. Nice to
Thanks.
see you in person and looking as your younger self instead of the older self as you appeared on the latest episodes of The Right Stuff, now playing on Disney Plus.
That's vintage Holland.
Yeah. And you got a real Mad Men look going, and you're with two Mad Men co-stars, which I got a real kick out of. We got Jimmy Barrett, and we've got oh gosh, what was his character's name? Oh, I'm blanking on his name, and I should have looked beforehand. But we had two Mad Men characters with you in that
I
scene.
didn't even know what Utz was until you told me.
So I take
It's a chewing gum, right? On Mad Men.
no. It's a brand of potato chips, predominantly
that was right.
Midwestern.
He put his
Yeah.
face in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he puts the face in the potato chips.
Yeah.
He was not among the most neither of these guys were among the most pleasant characters on Mad Men.
Well,
but,
they were great in person, and I was very
and you
privileged.
shared some personal pictures with them here.
Yeah.
I take it on between scenes on the set.
Yeah.
And what are the actors' names? This guy's
Patrick
name is
Fischler is the one pictured now, and Danny Strong is
Danny. That was also his character's name on Mad Men. There we go.
I don't think it's his because he's playing a real life person on this one. I think
Yeah.
they call him Shorty
All right.
on this, so I hope you'll watch it. It's on Disney Plus, and it's a great series. And I'm in episode 2 in the scene you showed, and I'll be in another episode, but I don't know what now because that was episode 3 when I shot it.
I was going to say, and I think your voice appeared at the end of episode 1.
It was supposed to, and then they went with the voice of the actual guy I was playing.
Oh, I see.
Keith Glennon, that was the director of NASA.
Gotcha. So far, you got a credit for it, though. I saw it in the credits as it went by.
Yeah, and
But,
if we have
you're in
time
episode
tonight,
2.
I want to do a giveaway if you'll let me. I've got a little hidden. Well, first of all, this is the gift I'd like to give in honor of the election coming up. This was a giveaway from the guy who was the vice president of government relations back when I worked at Disney, and I found a couple of extras. So I thought that would be a good, with the election coming up thing. And I've got something hidden in the picture that I think it'd be fun for people to find. So when you want me to let them know what that is, I will.
All right, we'll do that in the first break of the show.
Okay.
But thanks for coming back, Holland. Get your paper and pen ready. Let me bring on our other special guest before I get to the Mouse Planeteers. We got Alex Wittenberg. How you doing, Alex? You got a sweater on? Wait, you guys, I know keep that house so cold, but I mean, here, wait a minute. I'm going to look at the temperature here. It is 78 degrees here in Central Florida.
Yeah, well, it's a little lower inside the house, as you said. So.
and all good with you?
Indeed, happy to be back.
All right. Well, thanks for rejoining us this week. Let me bring on the other Mouse Planeteers who have rejoined us this week. In the holodoc once again is Greg Jacobs. Welcome back, Greg. We've got Chris Berry
from New York.
And we've got Todd King, who's got a little toy that he's going to share, but we'll save that for one of the breaks.
Todd got a new toy. I think
I've let everybody in. Todd Pickering has departed, so we're going to put Shelley in the championship spot. We're going to put Adrian in the challenger spot. I will turn off the logo so that we don't keep blocking Shelley's face.
Right.
I'll keep score, Alan.
Todd King will keep score in place of Todd Pickering.
Todd thing.
It's the Todd's job.
Yeah.
It's the Todd's job.
So it is Adrian's job to turn the new and improved logo from this back into the standard logo, which is this.
Nice.
We'll see what happens this week. But in the first, I gotta actually load the Gametron into the screen.
Jibetron.
I thought we were calling it the Jibinator, but I can't remember from one moment to the next.
Jibinator's good.
Wow, I'm gone for 2 weeks and I miss all of this.
You have no idea what goes on.
So there's the Gaminator, the Jibinator, the Jibetron. We are ready to go. I will remind people of the rules. In Jibe time, our two competitors, which this week are Shelley and Adrian, will pick questions. Each will get a question to answer. Somebody's got an interesting noise in the background. What's that?
That's the dog. He's trying.
All right. Well, wish the dog well for us. So in each round of our game, each of our players will get a question, and all of our panelists, including the competitors and all of you out there on the internet watching us live, answer with the question number. Provide your answer to the fill in the blank. There are no right answers. There are only answers that jibe or don't jibe. And especially with Todd Pickering not here, I'm the ultimate judge of whether they jibe or don't jibe, because, Roz herself is always watching. In each round, the questions will have a blank. People will give answers, and we will do a little discussion after we've asked two questions, because sometimes the live stream is a little out of sync with what we're seeing here in the live studio. So with that, Shelley is our returning champion. Which question would you like? It would help if I put the numbers on the screen, wouldn't it? There we go.
How about 65?
So in the first twist of the game, Shelley has picked her opponent's first question this week. Adrian, you get question number 65.
Okay.
Question number 65 is about Todd Pickering. Imagine that. On his birthday, I have a Todd Pickering question in the engine here. If Mouse Planet's Todd Pickering became immortalized as a Disney animatronic figure, our readers and viewers would insist it was incomplete if it didn't include blank. If Mouse Planet's Todd Pickering became immortalized as a Disney animatronic figure, our readers and viewers would insist it was incomplete if it didn't include blank. Everybody write and jive.
Hey, Alan, are we telling them about our prize?
Well, what do you want to make? We'll get to that, Adrian. We'll get to that. All right. So hopefully folks have come up with answers to our first jibe question. And I will go back to the Jibinator, which doesn't want to give me the back arrow on the screen tonight. There we go. I've moved things around.
3000.
I keep changing it. That was number 65. So I don't know. Adrian, why don't you pick Shelley's first question since we had Shelley pick your first question? Which number would you like Shelley to answer? Number 55, the year of Disneyland's opening. How appropriate. Question number 55 is... Lumiere sings, try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. Maybe so, but when you're dining at Be Our Guest restaurant, whatever they offer you, don't ask the blanks. Lumiere sings, try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. Maybe so, but when you're dining at Be Our Guest restaurant, whatever they offer you, don't ask the blanks. There we go. Let's write and jibe it.
The things.
All right. So I'm going to put Adrian in this box because Adrian wants to give something away ever so desperately. I'm going to put you in the box, Adrian, and then I'm going to solo you up on the screen like this and put your screen in that other box because I take it that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yes.
There we go.
All right. So... so this was, we put this up on our Instagram page yesterday. And so the reader who jibes with me the most on this particular round, on this particular game today.
All the rounds or just this question?
All the rounds. Well,
all right. So you keep track of that.
I have one to about. Yeah. I will send this to you. I will mail this to you. It will not get to you in time for Halloween. I'm sorry. Well, it might. It depends on the postal service. But they're a little too busy processing ballots right now. But I will send it to you, and you can enjoy it next Halloween, maybe.
So make sure you have a valid email address that you can tell us about on whichever streaming platform when Adrian calls out your name, so that you can private message it to Adrian, and she can get it to you. Adrian will be responsible for counting up the numbers, but somebody's going to win this bedazzled Disneyland pumpkin bag. All right, very good. And Holland's got a prize that we'll get to in a little bit as well. In the meantime, I want to show another video here to spend a little time talking about an event that went on at Epcot today that I would have actually gone to because I got invited to it yesterday, but I had a dentist appointment, so I couldn't go to it today. The first opportunity I had to actually go to something, and I already had a dentist appointment. I canceled it so many times during the pandemic. It was time to go, and the good news is I have good teeth, or so my hygienist said.
Give him a lollipop.
So yeah, exactly. Give me some sugary treat to have now. Let me put myself back in the box and Adrian back in the competitor box. So at Epcot is a new pass holder pop-up merchandise location that is in the Germany Pavilion from now through November 17th. And one of the interesting aspects of it is that on some merchandise, you can save on top of the 30% savings that are now being offered to pass holders. Big Fat Panda was over there today. He let me share his video. I cut it down. We'll talk while it's playing here. John was there today in the Germany Pavilion, and it's an interesting collection of pass holder merchandise and World Showcase merchandise. And so there's some new Germany merchandise that John showed off here. But in fact, he has a whole lot more if you go to bigfatpanda.com, because he showed off a whole heck of a lot of the Germany merchandise. I've included some of the pass holder exclusives that are available, including the phone covers, the magic bands. And as he points out here, some items are 50% off, and then you get an additional 30% off. And I take it they're all marked that way. I haven't been over yet, obviously. Like I said, I was at the dentist today. I hope to get over there in the next couple of weeks now that the temperature's cooled off. As you can imagine, Flower and Garden merchandise is on sale, since Flower and Garden sort of morphed into the Taste of Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. They got a whole host of stuff John showed off. You can check out, like I said, the whole video over on his site. These are just a few of the highlights that I grabbed, and thanks, John, for the video. So with all that, let's get back to the game. And somebody is tapping their microphone, so I'm hearing it in my ear. I can't tell who, but please stop. Let's go back to the Jibetron and to question number 65, which was Shelley's first question of this. I'm sorry, it was Adrian's first question, but that is still Adrian's screen, which I need to get off the screen. There we go. Adrian's screen is now gone, and I can put the correct screen back on the screen. And I think I can put that screen back on the screen. There we are. That's number 55, but we need to go to 65 for the first question. There we go. So, Adrian, your question was, if Mouse Planet's Todd Pickering became immortalized as a Disney animatronic figure, our readers and viewers would insist it was incomplete if it didn't include this.
Wow.
Ears.
Ears.
Todd's Mickey ears.
I was going to say, you do have to show that you wrote it, though. There we go. Mickey ears. All right.
Yeah.
So let's see how folks out in our viewership have done. We've got his awesome ears. There's a point. We've got mouse ears. There's another point. We got Mickey ears. Another point. Eve has given us ears. You would think this was a Shelley question, but Shelley picked it just for you.
It was a Shelley question.
That's why you switched.
I think, and we've got one more mouse ears from Stephanie M down here. So, Adrian, hopefully you kept up with
Liz,
the number
Dave,
of people.
Nanette, Eves, and Stephanie.
Very good. All right. So, who among our panelists has jibed with Adrian? Let's start with Holland. Holland, what do you got? No, that's for sure.
That must be included.
In fact, yes, I was going to say we've got video for that.
Everybody loves an animatronic with a nice sass.
That goes just like this. Chris Berry, what do you got?
Well, during this whole 28 weeks, it was the tremendous hair, of course.
Tremendous hair.
So,
that's a little creepy, don't you think? Ugh.
it was.
Greg Jacobs, what do you got?
Well, it's funny. I started with hair and then thought better of it and went with Mickey.
There's another point. There's another point. Alex Wittenberg, what do you got?
Hair.
Just like you don't mess with Edna and her capes, you don't mess with Todd and his bevy of ears.
Bevy.
That's for sure.
That's
a good word. For sure. I think that gets one of these.
The answer is easy. It's elementary.
Todd King, what do you got?
Well, I kind of thought like Chris, and maybe it's from my own jealousy, but I said the hair.
The hair.
Shelley, what do you got?
Oh, we can't see it. Hold on. Oklahoma.
Oh, gosh. See?
There's a callback.
It'll never end.
All right, have I missed anyone?
Oklahoma.
I don't think I've missed anyone. So, Shelley, you did a great job picking a good question for Adrian in that round. Adrian, let's go to your Adrian, you picked number 55 for Shelley.
Right.
So let's get 55 on the screen. Lumiere sings, "Try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes." Maybe so, but when you're dining at Be Our Guest restaurant, whatever they offer you, don't ask the Shelley.
No.
Oh gosh, I've changed it.
Don't ask the forks. Okay.
they're pokey. I don't know.
That was an explanation.
All right, so let's see what we have from the audience. We have, that's the private chat. There are the comments. Well, Dave Kent has matched you with forks.
Yay!
And Liz Kelly gives you, Niesman gives you pots and pans. I think you can get a half a point since there's probably a tiny, tiny little fork in there with the silverware that Nan Kent has given you.
Half a
What a
point.
emoticon.
So she gets a half a point
Totally.
from Nan Kent. And those are all the answers we got from the audience. How about you, Todd King? What do you got?
Well, I was thinking out a little outside the castle, something else that was eating things, and I said, "Don't ask the wolves what they think."
In the movie.
All
Yeah,
right.
very good, but nice.
Adrian, what do you got?
I have a mute button and trash
Don't ask
cans.
the trash cans. All right.
Talking.
I assume what gets dumped in the trash people didn't enjoy.
Exactly.
Jacobs?
I was thinking like Lumiere and lighting. I said chandeliers.
Don't ask the
Yes.
chandeliers. All
Don't
right.
ask. Don't
There are
ask.
big ones in that restaurant.
Chris Berry, what do you got?
See, I thought of the restaurant itself too, and I said, "Don't ask their suits of armor in the lobby."
All right.
So,
As you were.
as I was.
Holland Hayes, what do you got?
I was along those same lines with the
Stitches.
And Alex Wittenberg, what do you got?
In the heavens with the chandeliers, don't ask the ceiling cherubs.
Cherubs.
All right.
I love this.
So I think the little strategy of switching up who picked whose question worked pretty well that way. Shelley picked the easy one. Adrian picked the hardest question I had in the batch this week. Nice job, guys.
Assuming your goal is to tank Shelly, it worked great.
That is
Well,
the goal.
we'll let
Has to happen sooner or later.
No, my goal was to not have Shelley pick the easiest question round after round. And I don't know how she's found it because I chose not to put it in the middle this time. And she didn't choose the middle.
Not to go for the middle.
All right, Shelley, this one will be for you. Which number would you like?
How about what is the numbers again? Is there
I'm looking at them. Can't you see them?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
how about 62?
Number 62. Now she goes for the middle. All right. Number 62. In Hawaiian mythology, Maui has shape-shifting powers. In Disney's Moana, he uses those powers to help Moana save the world. If the theme park food and beverage team get really creative, expect to see Maui shape-shifting blanks at a cart near Journey of Water when the Moana themed attraction opens at Epcot.
Maui shape-shifting blanks.
In Hawaiian mythology, Maui has shape-shifting powers. In Disney's Moana, he uses those powers to help Moana save the world. If the theme park food and beverage team get really creative, expect to see Maui shape-shifting blanks at a cart near Journey of Water when the Moana themed attraction opens at Epcot. Everybody, let's write and jibe. All right. So there's the question from that round, and we go back a screen so I can bring the questions back on the screen. Adrian, your question for this round is what?
60.
Number 60. Darth Vader walked into Oga's canteen. The bartender said, "Get out, we don't serve Sith Lords." Furious Darth Vader blanked. Darth Vader walked into Oga's canteen. The bartender said, "Get out." I guess it's cantina. Boy, I got that one wrong. The bartender said, "Get out, we don't serve Sith Lords." Furious Darth Vader blanked. Everybody, let's write and jibe for Mr. Vader. And Holland, I'm going to come to you after this, and we can talk about what you'd like to give away and how we'll give it away. All right, there's our second question of this round. We'll let the audience catch up and answer what Darth Vader did. Holland, how would you like to give away your prize? You're currently muted. You're still muted.
Hidden somewhere in this room is an element from the Walt Disney family crest.
Oh.
Wow. And will people be able to see it on camera at a decent distance?
They're gonna have to look really hard.
I think I actually see it. Okay.
So
all right.
That's how seeable it is.
Of course, I'm paying extra attention to the screen, but all right. So, first person in the comments to share that, put Holland in your answer, and describe where it is, and Holland will connect with you somehow so we can get
And
the
what
prize.
it is. Describe what it is.
Describe what it is and where it is. Very good. All righty. So we'll let people keep answering number 60. We've got a few answers from 62. We got more viewers than we're getting answers. So come on out there, give us some answers. Come on, play along. Everybody jibe along. All right, I'll put the questions back on the screen. Shelley, which question did you have?
I had 62.
Shelley had number 62. Number 62 was, in Hawaiian mythology, Maui has shape-shifting powers. In Disney's Moana, he uses those powers to help Moana save the world. If the theme park food and beverage team get really creative, expect to see Maui shape-shifting blanks in the cart. Your Journey of Water, when Moana-themed attraction opens at Epcot. What do you got, Shelley?
I said snow cones because they can melt. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shelley's given us snow cones. She
Logic.
got from Nan Kent Mickey pretzels, which was one of the thoughts I had. Dave Kent has given us shark head, which I'm not sure how that would work.
It's a type of beer.
And we got from Stephanie Waterbot. I'm not exactly sure what a water bot is, but okay. Oh, water bottle. Shape-shifting water bottle, maybe. That's what she was going for, right?
Probably.
Todd King, what do you got?
Well, I figured this is near the Tiki Room, so Dole Whips.
Dole Whips, all right. You already got Shelley. How about you, Raider Holland? Raider Holland, what do you got?
Shape-shifting sushi.
Well, that was
Interesting. Interesting. Chris Berry, what do you got?
that flows. I couldn't figure out what else would shift shape, so I went Jello.
All right.
Shape shifting Jello.
Greg Jacobs, what do you got?
I was just thinking of that ultimate Disney food, churros.
Yeah, that's
Churros.
probably the smart answer.
Very Hawaiian of you. Adrian?
I went very Hawaiian. Shape-shifting shave ice.
Shape
Shave
shifting
ice.
shaved ice. Say that 10 times.
Alex Wittenberg, what do you got?
Since we already don't even know what makes up a turkey leg, a turkey leg.
Shit.
Hey,
All right.
hey.
You mean it's not
If
a turkey or a
I
leg?
think I've gotten everybody right. Everybody given an answer for that one?
It's an emu.
All right. Adrian is coughing up a storm, I'm sure. You doing okay, Adrian?
I'm laughing at emu.
Yeah,
Oh,
emu is a
okay.
good word.
Adrian, which question number did you have?
I don't even know.
60.
Thank you.
Number 60?
The dumb one.
Dumb question.
Dumb one.
Hey, come on. You're leading. Todd King, what's the score?
Well, Adrian has 7. Shelley has 1.5.
Well, I
All right.
matched Shelley.
Wow.
No, she should have one from me. Shave ice and
Ding
snow cones are
dong.
the same thing.
Does that count? Okay, then that would be 2.
Alan,
Shave ice counts as what?
shave ice and
It's
snow
a snow
cones are the
cone.
same
They're both
thing.
shaved ice.
All right, give her shit.
Shave ice is
Okay.
the Hawaiian name.
So
All right.
2.5.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds.
Trying to help you here, Shelley.
I appreciate it. Alan,
I
not
can't
so
be
much.
here next week, so I'm not sure what he's thinking, but okay.
I was
let's
gonna
do this.
say, I mean, well, next week the new logo will still be this. Whether she
featuring
wins or
Where
not.
going?
featuring Shelley.
All right, Adrian, your question was: Darth Vader walked into Oga's cantina. The bartender said, "Get out! We don't serve Sith Lords." Furious, Darth Vader blanked.
Force
do you do?
choke the bartender?
I think that's the definitive answer. That's certainly what I was
Yeah.
thinking when I wrote the question. Let's see
Leading the
comments
witness.
here. Dave Kent used the Force. I think she gets a half a point for that. Pew pewed. That's not a
Pew, pew.
jibe there. And Stephanie gave Dark Force Lightning, which is not quite a choke.
Emperor does that.
That's kind of shocking. Yeah. So, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So those are their answers from the followers online. Alex Wittenberg, what do you got? What did he do? What did Darth Vader do?
With all the love in the world to my friends named Karen, he Karen.
Topical.
Wow, harsh, Alex, harsh. Chris Berry, what do you got?
Well, I said that I don't know what this is, but I said he's Sith. So
He's Sith, all right.
maybe he's Sith.
Greg Jacobs, what do you got?
He's
Just
Sith
thinking about
himself.
Karen. Well, okay, I went with Breathe. He does that scary.
Yeah, right. Oh.
Alan Hayes, what do you got?
I almost sipped, but instead
See?
he got pithed.
You got
Pith helmet.
Todd King, our Star Wars reporter, what do you got?
We're on a wavelength. The Force choked her.
Force choke, there's a point.
Yeah, there it is.
Because that's what
And
he does.
Shelley, what do you got?
I'm like 100% sure this isn't a word, but I said he lightsabered the part.
Okay,
No,
that's
I don't-
fair enough.
I don't think Sith is a word either. So
All righty. And before we go on to our next question, Todd King, why don't you show off the toy Adrian asked you to show off?
All right. This is
Todd got a
this is
toy.
the new exclusive to Walgreens interactive Stitch. Boop, boop, boop. And he comes in packaging. I got the packaging too. It didn't just come in the mail like this. So it's very nice packaging. You can push his belly and try him out in the store at Walgreens, where he retails for $19.99. And when you take him out of the package, you can recreate Stitch's Great Escape. So once you do that, thank you very much. Thank you, by the way. Yeah. He's just a hard little plastic Stitch figure, and when you turn him on, he starts talking right away. So I'll try to get him to my microphone so you can hear some of these phrases. He says up to 40 iconic Stitch phrases. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
All right. So then, to make him work, you have to touch his belly.
Possessed.
Or his forehead, like you're petting him. And sometimes he laughs. I've been working on my Stitch.
Wow.
Where's coconut cake and coffee? So he reacts to those things. He also does something when you turn him on his side, and sometimes he gets sleepy, and oh, that's very sweet, Stitch. I missed you too. And sometimes he falls asleep, or just growls.
But his eyes do close. I was going to ask if the eyes
cool.
closed. Yeah.
Yeah, his eyes close, and he'll sometimes snore and fall asleep too.
You know, I'm thinking for a future edition of this show, we'll have to make the panda sweater do various things when we turn it, right? Make it an animated panda sweater with noises and stuff.
He can growl.
I was going to say he was kind enough to share videos, so it's only fair to, get an animatronic version of Big Fat Panda out there.
Ramamon's family.
I love him.
Nice.
So
He's very
cute.
cute.
Oh, see,
How
now
much
he's falling asleep.
articulation does he have? It looks like his ears move, his eyes move, his mouth moves, his head.
Yes.
For $20,
arms?
that's great.
That's quite a
Yeah.
lot for $19.99.
His-
Yeah. Oh, look
Yeah,
at that.
it's his ears, eyes, mouth, and head. His arms do not move, and he doesn't react to any voice commands. I was trying to talk to him at first, like a Furby, but he doesn't do that. He only
Like
keeps
a
talking
Furby.
or reacts to touching on his
Like a-
forehead or his belly, like the
and I
Pillsbury
have to
Doughboy.
add, and if you feed him after midnight,
Yeah.
what happens?
Like
He turns
wanna
into
know.
Gollum and goes, "Oh, my precious."
Wrong franchise.
like a Furby.
Yeah.
I like that.
But
All right.
anyway, he has 2 AAA batteries. He's for ages 4 and up, made by Playmates, exclusive to Walgreens. And I don't know if this is the original voice, which was Chris Sanders, who directed and wrote the original Lilo and Stitch movie, but it's very similar. The voice is very similar, so it's pretty fun. It looks great on a shelf because if you're a Stitch fan, it just looks great because it freestands very well.
Well, and with
But
the
it's
holiday
not
season,
fuzzy.
Stitch on the Shelf, that's
Adorable.
going to be a
I
thing,
was
right?
just going to say, it's a
Stitch on the shelf.
shelf.
A stitch on the shelf.
Little Santa hat.
Yeah.
Or, of course, as I like to think of it, more like Stitch in a ditch. But,
Oh,
No.
you didn't hear him say that.
I got to say, the year that Stitch was introduced to the parks, I thought they overdid it. They added his voice. They added his voice to the monorail. They added his voice to different places in the park. He became the wake-up call every now and then, which is why I wrote a question about that some weeks ago. So back when Stitch was really on top of his DVD game, I suppose he was a little bit too ubiquitous for a while.
He toilet papered the castle. Remember when he toilet papered the castle?
Yes, I was just going to say the TP of the castle. Yeah,
he's been known to do mischief, but so was Lilo.
Chili dogs. All I can say is chili dogs.
Adrian, what question? Adrian, what, Alex?
I think the Walgreens exclusive is interesting. Actually, it's a strange marriage.
Walgreens is really up in their game on toys, so it's crazy.
Yeah, saying, Alex?
Been doing a
I was
lot
just
of
going to
Disney
say, I
license.
wonder if the toilet papered castle canceled as many weddings as the birthday cake castle.
TP in your wedding picture?
Oh, goofy.
Wah, wah.
All right, Adrian, next question. Which one would you like?
The green ones are the good ones, I'm assuming, are the ones I can shake?
The green ones are the only ones left in the game.
Let's go with Route 66.
Number 66. And you said Route 66, which is very appropriate because that's how I wrote the question.
Get your kicks.
Old Route 66 runs right through Cars Land. Interstate 5, the Santa Fe Freeway, brings guests to Disneyland. Both options, of course, offer ample blank most of the time. Old Route 66 runs right through Cars Land. Interstate 5, the Santa Ana Freeway, brings guests to Disneyland. Both options, of course, offer ample blank most of the time. Everybody write and jibe, please.
It's an easy one.
Audience, please. Number 66. There's some good answers on 66. And for me, the fun of Route 66 always was that it started right outside of the office that I worked in at the beginning of my law career, and it ended right at the Santa Monica Pier out in California. How's that for a little bit of trivia?
That is a little bit of trivia.
And I fit it in just in the time allotted.
You did. That was like...
All right. And I tried to work that into the question, but nothing came to me. Shelley, what would you like as the question in this round? I will try to make them appear on the screen by pressing this button.
How about 64?
Number 64. Number 64. First, and this is a good Holland Hayes question, right? First, Tomorrowland had Mission to the Moon. Then it became Mission to Mars. Over at Epcot, we now have Mission Space. Unfortunately, left on the drawing board during the development of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was Mission Blank. First, Tomorrowland had Mission to the Moon. Then it became Mission to Mars. Over at Epcot, we now have Mission to Space. Unfortunately, left on the drawing board during the development of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was Mission Blank. Let's write and jibe. We've had 2 Star Wars questions, and still, Todd King, no visits to Galaxy's Edge.
Hasn't been there.
Or Todd King.
Has not made there. Yep.
All right. All right. I'm going to come back on me here because I'm going to talk about the other news that came out of Florida this week. We got a little press kit, which gave me the opportunity to place with some video editing. Walt Disney World has donated a bunch of school supplies to an organization that helps teachers out. And with Orange County and Seminole and Osceola and some of the other border collies, border counties, as they all start going back to school in person more and more, the need for supplies has become more imminent for them. And so the Walt Disney World ambassadors were over there. That's not the right video, Alan. This is the right video over here. The need for supplies is there. So let me show this little video here from the folks who helped put together all
when
this.
the pandemic hit.
Can you guys hear this?
And we really weren't going to be able to operate business as usual because we have a store where teachers came and shopped for everything. We really had to reinvent ourselves. And so we took a page, a cue from how businesses were operating every day, and we realized that we needed to develop a curbside model. This curbside model was really the only way we were going to be able to still reach the most teachers possible, because if we had kept the store open, we would have to limit the number of teachers who could visit at any one time. One of the things that we're so grateful for at this time is partnerships like we have with Disney that have existed for 2 decades, where Disney as a partner has been there to just serve and deliver and support our organization and our mission of ensuring that every student has every supply that they need.
This school year looks nothing like we ever would have expected, with new school supply requirements for teachers and students. To meet all of those unique needs this school year, Walt Disney World Resort donated more than 100,000 reusable bags, as well as other essential school supplies such as backpacks, water bottles, and lanyards to organizations across Orange, Osceola, Seminole, and Lake counties.
So all told, oops, that's not the right button. There's the right button. All told, Disney donated nearly 5,000 bags in addition to 8,000 lanyards. And, you know, the interesting thing is you go from using a lanyard to hold your annual pass or your fast passes in the old days or whatnot. The lanyards are now being used to hold the students' masks.
Yes.
And they distributed 43 pallets of additional merchandise to be used in the classrooms. And the curbside pickup is available to teachers throughout the region so that they can get the supplies they need as they go back to in-person teaching. So, you know, with all the bad news around here, a little bit of good news to try to help the community as things are, you know, moving forward in this bizarre, unprecedented time, as we keep saying. All right, let's go back to the questions, though, and put on the more fun stuff that we do. Get the Gameinator back on, the Gameatron, the Game Coaster, the Game Taffy Apple. I don't know. We don't get Taffy. There are no Taffy Apple. You guys don't know Taffy Apple? Taffy Apple is a great, it's Affy Tapple. Taffy Apple, made by a company called Affy Tapple in Chicago.
That sounds like an operating system.
I was at the dentist today. You gotta
just
forgive
came
me.
out with it. You could have said like refrigerator, but you said Taffy Apple.
That's right.
Alan sniffing and laughing gas.
And for some reason, the Gametron is not on the screen. How do you like that?
Call it the Jiveinator, and we'll see.
We'll have to fix that. Yeah, well, I'll fix that here real quick.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to
Stitch.
cooperate.
It's Stitch. Messing with the works.
There it is.
That's cute.
All right.
Stitch.
$20.
All right. Somebody tell me which question you'd like to hear first.
42.
Number 42. That was
42.
weeks and weeks ago.
Come on,
Shelley had 64 and Adrian had 66.
I get it.
Adrian had
Shelley,
66. That was our first
Adrian
one.
had 66. We'll start with 66 then.
Okay.
Old Route 66 runs right through Cars Land, Interstate 5, the Santa Ana Freeway, brings guests to Disneyland. Both options, of course, offer ample blank most of the time. What do they offer amply, Adrian? Oh, wow.
Hey, I drive I-5 quite a bit. Potholes are a thing.
You would have firsthand knowledge of those then.
Yes.
So let's see. What do we have from the audience? We have traffic. We have congestion. Cactus. Does I-5 have cacti? I don't know.
Cacti, yes.
No.
Emily says hills. That's an interesting answer. Dave Kent says scenery. Nan Kent says curves. Emily says hills. Oh, she's telling me that her singular hill was actually plural hills. Well, thank you, Emily. Cassidy says, and welcome back, Cassidy. Hope things are still good up there in Canada.
Yes.
She says street lamps. And I'm not seeing anything else on number 66. So far, nobody's given the answer that I was thinking of, but let's see if any of our panelists do. Holland Hayes, what do you got?
Buena Vistas.
Buena Vistas. That's a good
nice.
answer. I like
Nice.
that.
It's always thinking.
That's awesome.
Alex Wittenberg, what do you got?
Characters. There's no shortage.
Characters. Yeah, that's for sure in Southern California and at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
California Adventure. Chris Berry, what do you got?
Simple traffic.
Traffic. Greg Jacobs.
I was thinking along the lines of traffic. I went with ample parking.
Now there's the answer I was thinking of. Shelley, what do you got?
Yeah, traffic.
Yeah.
Todd King, what do you got?
I was thinking of the movie and said plenty of radiator caps.
Nice.
All very good answers. Unfortunately for Adrian, I think pothole stands alone. Yes, indeed. Shelley, what question number did you have in this round?
64. I don't think it's looking good for me.
64.
Ye of little faith.
This is kind of a hard one.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number 64. First, Tomorrowland had Mission to the Moon. Then it became Mission to Mars. Over at Epcot, we now have Mission Space. Unfortunately, left on the drawing board during the development of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was Mission, and the mission right now is to find Shelley's button. What is the mission, Shelley?
Wrong franchise, but impossible.
Mission Impossible. Wow. Different franchise, but you know what? You're going to get some points because Nan Kent says impossible. Cassidy Newman says The Dark Side. Dave Kent gave us Wookiee Planet. We got Alderaan. We got Mission Q-Line, which I think is a great answer, Stephen. Mission to Kashyyyk, and I don't know if it's got the right number of Ys. Todd King, is that the right number of Ys?
Kashyyyk, and the number of Ys doesn't matter.
All right.
As long as it's there.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, and Emily has clarified her answer before, which now still doesn't make sense to me. She says it has ample hills, because I guess she's referring to the now defunct ice cream place at Boardwalk, and I guess not to open at Disney Springs given their bankruptcy filing. Last I heard.
Unless so good.
Unless that's been overcome, which wasn't the news I saw last.
It was good.
Yeah. All right. So those are the responses to number 64 from the audience and from Shelley, who is looking for, once again, what are you looking for, Shelley? I've already forgotten.
Impossible.
Impossible. How could I forget impossible? Todd King, what is your
well, like one in the audience, I said Mission Alderaan, which is a great Star Wars reference.
It is a good Star Wars reference.
Reference.
Right on. All right.
Laughing gas again, I tell you.
Time for me, yeah. Alex Wimberg, what do you got?
Mission Save Jar Jar.
Yes.
Controversial answer.
Holland Hayes, what do you got?
I knew I'd heard it somewhere before, and then I realized Star Tours takes you to Endor.
Yes,
it does. Yeah.
And let's remind folks an opportunity to win Holland's pin by naming the Disney family crest item in the shot and where you might see it. I'm pretty sure I see it. I'll just say that.
Has anybody else found it besides
Alan? No, I haven't seen any guesses in the comments, and so I'm hyping it now. All right, and you know, our panelists can guess in the comments too. They can, I guess, guess in the private chat or in the public chat, but we'll deal with that in a bit. Chris Berry, what do you got for match from Shelley or trying to jibe with her?
Well, what else would get left on the drawing table but Mission Jar Jar Binks?
All right. Greg Jacobs.
I just grasped for any Star Wars reference I could think of. I said Mission Skywalker.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Cool.
Adrian.
Mission to Alderaan.
Yep.
All right. All right.
What's going on tonight?
Todd King, what is our score?
Okay. Adrian has 8.5, and Shelley has 3.5.
All right. It's not that far apart. It's surmountable. Let's go to our very last round. I don't know how to do this. Should I have Shelley pick for herself or should I have Shelley pick for Adrian? Although now that she knows the trick, she'll use double secret probation and pick the wrong one. Yeah, I don't know if either one's easier than the other. I just make sure when I write new questions each week not to duplicate things. So Shelley, it's your opportunity to catch up and take the lead. What number would you like? You got 57 or 59? You'll take
59.
number 59. All right. I guess that's the year of the submarine and the monorail and New Tomorrowland. All the things that Walt did when Roy went on vacation, as I recall the history of Disneyland.
It was a very busy year for Bob Gurr.
Yeah, speaking of my imagination, Mickey's got some imagination, huh? Fantasmic makes a big show of it. But his Disneyland MaxPass account was hacked last summer. Turns out the Big Cheese used blank as his password. Mickey's got some imagination, huh? Fantasmic makes a big show of it, but his Disneyland MaxPass account was hacked last summer. Turns out the Big Cheese used blank as his password. Everybody write and jive number 59 for Shelley. People tune into Shelley's wavelengths. She needs those points. Because otherwise, all this work that I put in to create the special Shelley banner this week will be for naught.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
Honk.
Honk, honk. And our very last question in the Gametron 6734 this week is number 57. So number 57 for you, Adrian, is as follows. After riding aboard the Pixar Pal-Around Ferris wheel at Disney California Adventure, Mater came up with a new idea for towing cars. First, he attaches his hook, and then he blanks them. After riding aboard the Pixar Pal-Around Ferris wheel at Disney California Adventure, Mater came up with a new idea for towing cars. First, he attaches his hook, and then he blanks them. Everybody write and jibe all about Mater. All right, here we go.
Honk.
All right, and as we wait for the audience to catch up to our live stream in the studio, I'm going to share another video, this time from Give Kids the World's Facebook page that we included in our update yesterday. They are in the process of putting together their Year of a Million Lights display, which is looking like it's really going to rival the old Osborne display at Disney's Hollywood Studios, formerly Disney MGM Studios. The organization is selling tickets at gktw.org/lights, and their video is showing off the current state of installation, and it's looking pretty impressive what they're doing with those lights. Let's see if I can get this full screen. That didn't go full screen. This way goes full screen for you all. Pam's talking about it, but I muted the audio so I could talk over it. Pam was on our show real early on, and hopefully we'll get to have Pam on again at some point. But yeah, the lights displays that they're putting up there look really quite impressive, and I think they're showing it off to social media tomorrow. I wasn't able to get over there for that event either, but it's going to be quite the display. The tickets are priced differently depending on what day you go. They're doing this into the first week of January, and it's going to give folks an opportunity to see the lights at night throughout the holiday season, because right now the village needs help to get supporters to come through while they can't serve the kids, the critically ill kids who normally would be out there enjoying their dream vacations with their families, their wish trips as they're often called. So that's what's going on at Give Kids the World Village, and go check out their website, gktw.org, and the tickets are on the .org/lights page.
Wow.
Nice looking stuff.
Awesome place.
All right. So I will go back to the Gametron here. Let's see
Hey,
if I can
Alan, before you wrap it up, can we get one more close up on Holland? I think
one
I
more
have
close up on Holland. Okay. All right. While you guys are examining Holland, I'm trying to get the Gametron back on the screen, but
it's the Jessica mug too. Look at that.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, people have eyes, man. I have no eyes. Shot.
All right. Let's see. All right. Is the Gametron cooperating? There it is. All right.
Al, there's a clue. 3 of them are on the Walt Disney crest.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We've got answers to questions. So far, Holland, I have seen one person who is in the right vicinity in the comments, but I'm not going to give it away yet. But I'm going to tell the person that's in the comments who's in the right vicinity, you got to look carefully. All right. Let's go to the Gametron. Let's go to Shelley's final question. That's not the Gametron.
Still not.
Let me
Happens.
I was hoping for a clean show this week with no problems.
Come on.
Oh, you're doing great.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. And if anybody wants to take over the job, just like on Teen Scene on one of my favorite episodes of Frasier, the job of the moderator is still available. All righty. So the last question that you picked here, Shelley, was which number?
59.
Number 59. Mickey's got some imagination, huh? Fantasmic makes a big show of it, but his Disneyland MaxPass account was hacked last summer. Turns out the big cheese used blank as his password. What do you got, Shelley?
Password.
Oh, that's some imagination, huh?
Silly mouse.
And let's see what we've got from the folks in the audience. That was number 59. We've got a match from Dave Kent.
Yay,
We've got- I'm gonna
Kent
put
and
everybody-
I.
Yeah, you and Dave. Despite last week when he was on the show, he wasn't matching with you. Now he's matching
No, but I
with you.
was matching with him still.
Yeah.
I matched with him a lot.
So we got password from Dave Kent. We got Minnie from Nan Kent. We got password from Stephanie.
Two.
We've got Mickey. We've got Mickey 1. And I'm not seeing anything else on number 59. All right. So what do you got, Holland Hayes? What was
Everybody
Mickey's
knows they
password?
use
Pluto.
Dog.
your pet's name.
Yeah.
Huh.
Chris Berry, what do you got?
All right, here we go. Password.
Password.
Yay!
Adrian's shaking her head. What do you got, Adrian?
Minnie.
Minnie.
Minnie. All right. Are you shaking your head because Shelley's scoring some points here at the end? Or
Oh,
you
she's
just
probably
shaking?
going to win this.
No.
Greg Jacobs, what do you got?
All right, I wanted a
Metal.
more Disney answer. I said imagination because they say that like 417 times during Fantastic.
Imagination.
But you spelled it with a J. That's,
No, well, that's sort of a G.
Oh, okay.
It is a G.
Sort of.
Ish.
They've got a little warped head.
Alex, what do you got?
To tie in Sorcerer Mickey and all that good stuff, I went with
Yensid.
Yensid.
Oh, very good.
That would have been a good one.
That would have been a good
That's
password.
good one.
Todd King, what do you got?
I went with Minnie.
Minnie.
Woo.
All right.
Todd and I
All right.
always are on the same wavelength.
We
I was gonna
jive.
say, I think I got everybody, right? Everybody has responded in this round. And let's go with Adrian's final question. Adrian, what was your final question?
Not that.
57.
57, I think.
Yep, yep.
Was that? Yeah,
57.
57.
After riding aboard the Pixar Pal Around Ferris wheel, which I had to look up the name of because I couldn't remember after they changed it so many times. After riding
Nobody
aboard,
can.
after riding aboard the Pixar Pal Around Ferris wheel at Disney California Adventure, Mater came up with a new idea for towing cars. First, he attaches his hook, then he blanks them. Adrian,
Swings?
he swings them. Not bad. Pal Around does that. Let's see what we got from the audience. We've got swings from Liz Kelly Niesman.
Okay.
We've got spins from Stephanie. We got tips from Dave Kent. We've got tips from Nan Kent.
Like the cow tipping, right?
Yes,
I get it.
indeed.
Okay.
That's a good
I think those are all the answers. Those are all the answers. Although I do like whoever Mouse Gamer is. He's answered a little too late, but his password for Mickey was Eisner.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mouse Gamer.
So
I like his
yeah.
picture.
All right. So let's see. I got to put somebody else on the screen. Alex Wittenberg, what was your answer?
He hoop-de-doos them.
All right.
That's
There's the mixing coasts for you.
How does one hoop-de-doo?
Chris Berry, what do you got?
It's a carousel, so he spins them. That's what I
Spins
thought.
them. All right.
Sorry.
Holland, what do you got?
Reels them around.
He reels them around. Greg Jacobs?
Just drags.
He drags them. Shelley, what do you got?
I said reverses.
Reverses. All right. Congrats, AVP. Wow.
Wow,
I
she's
think you won this one
conceding.
year.
Todd King, what
I
was
totally
the
lost.
what was your response?
Well, the first thing he did to Lightning McQueen was he defends him in court.
That's true.
So Todd, what is the final jibe score at the end of our fourth round of play tonight?
Shelley has 6.5. Adrian has. Wait.
It's got to be like 9.5. No,
9.5. 9.5. Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for playing, Shelley.
Unseated.
No, she
Adrian,
wasn't. She won.
Adrian,
She won.
No, I lost.
Oh,
Adrian, you have won.
Adrian won.
You had 9.5 points.
Okay. Congratulations. Can I abdicate because I can't be here next week?
Congratulations, Adrian. So next week,
Shelley still wins.
Just make it Shelley.
And it appears that from my contest, it appears that Liz is going to be the winner of the tote bag. She matched me twice.
All right. Nobody else matched you twice?
Dave matched me 1.5 times.
So sorry, Dave, you lost by a half a match.
Half a match.
The Liz, let me put Liz's name up on the screen. Liz, send us a private message on Mouse Planet on Facebook. I know who Liz is. I've known Liz for decades.
Is Liz of the Canadian persuasion?
No, Liz is a Chicagoan now beyond the metropolitan area of Chicago in Western Illinois.
Because if she was of the Canadian persuasion, I was going to need a U.S. address.
Canadian.
No, Liz is in Northern Illinois, so you're good on that.
Cool.
So Liz is excited. She's giving you a yay. As for Holland's contest,
much rejoicing.
Holland, I'm going to put you back on the screen now, and I'm going to show you the one that was close, and then I was going to show you the ones that I think was close. Because why don't you reveal the answer? Because I think we've got it, but nobody.
Well,
the show's over. Why don't you reveal your answer?
And the one I thought I saw was Liz also.
Yeah. So you tell me if you're going to take Liz's answer, which was the symbol on your shirt, which I think is the right answer.
That's right. This is one of those Main Street shirts I got at Property Control back when I worked there.
So congratulations, Liz. You've won the pin as well. Ping me, and I will get you in touch with Holland.
Just
wonderful.
Send me her address, and I'll send this off to her.
Will do. Congratulations, Liz.
If
You've
that's
won
okay
two
with
prizes.
her.
You have won two
Good job,
prizes.
Liz.
All on our special episode of Jibe Time, which I'll play the song one more time. That's not the song.
I'm going to point out, though, that Shelley and I also both got that.
Yes.
Got what? Oh, you got that the answer
Yes,
right?
we did. Yeah,
I was pretty sure. I was pretty sure I'd gotten it as well.
And Nanette too. Nanette got it eventually. So.
Yes, there's several more right answers as we scroll down, but that's why I went all the way back to the top.
Yeah.
There's a lion on his shirt. We got a lion on his shirt. We got the griffin, which is actually more accurate.
Yeah. I am searching his walls, and you guys are all looking at his shirt.
Yep.
It's like there's got to be a lion on the walls.
But this was a very special edition of Jibe Time because it may be the only time that it was Jibe Time starring Shelley.
So that is yes, I can.
I was going to say, and the answer to our question is
I did.
Yes, but the only way that I accomplished that was by having Shelley pick Adrian's first question, which means in reality, Shelley is still the champion because she picked the right question to get everybody
You'll
to
never
drive
escape
with her. Because this is, of course, Mouse Planet Live with Shelley from On the Go and MCO.
I heard him. Mm-hmm.
All righty. So with that, I think I've covered everything that I put on the other screen that I'm looking at on the left. I believe I've gotten to all of the comments that needed getting to. I've covered all the news. Anybody else got anything to share? Don't forget to watch Holland Hayes on Disney Plus on The Right Stuff.
Mm-hmm. And check me out on scoopertrader.com. I found another fun thing that I'm going to be showing you how pins are made and how to trade. And this is one of the pieces I use for that too.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Awesome.
And I should give you the pin tip that you probably have thought of like everybody else. The next version of your own pin needs to feature a mask. right? I mean,
Yes, of course.
that's the times we're in now.
Make that happen.
I saw somebody had put together a AP magnet that has a mask on it. I don't know who that was, but I've seen several of them in my neighborhood already.
There's a firefighter Mickey pin with a mask too.
And of course, Alex always has an interesting supply of masks, and there's one now.
It's terrifying.
Hey, it keeps us all safe, right?
Yeah.
You have any further description of it, or is it just
odd? Just odd.
It certainly keeps people more than 6 feet away.
But I would agree.
I picked this up in Ecuador when I was there on an ecological trip in 2007. So,
is it a monkey?
Yeah, I don't know too much about its significance other than yes, it is a monkey. It is made of wood, and it's pretty cool.
It's terrifying.
That too.
Like all good monkeys should be.
Speaking of terrifying, here I'll show off terrifying here. Ready?
That's awful.
Oh God, what did the dentist do to you?
This is terrible.
So there's terrifying for you. That's what happens when you over-format your photo. All right, guys. Anybody else got anything they need to share? I know Chris Berry had a new article in the Engine, which I saw today.
Top 5, the Friday, top 5 Disney video games. I'm digging back into. There are hundreds and hundreds of Disney video games, but these are the ones that I have. So, and I don't have hundreds, but I have a lot. So, top 5 Disney video games Friday. Check it out.
And are you writing about ones that are out of print, or can folks still find them?
You can find anything just about nowadays. So, but you should be able to find the ones on my list.
I was going to say, but are people still running Windows 95? You know,
those things would be a problem. Atari 2600.
I know at least one guy who wasn't old enough to work his computer when Windows 95 was a thing.
Oh, he's pointing.
Yeah.
No. Youngins. Speaking of Disney games, I run a Minecraft project. Oh,
that's
nice.
awesome.
That is awesome.
All right. Anybody else got anything else to share,
Mouse
or shall
gamer.
I roll the end?
I got
credits?
one.
What do you got, Mr. King?
Well, like Chris, my article comes out tomorrow, new Star Wars one, to anticipate the release of the Mandalorian Season 2 on October 30th. Tomorrow's article will be about the 10 things from Season 1 that may influence Season 2.
Sounds like a good thing to read. I was trying to decide if I need to rewatch Season 1 because it's been several months and I don't know, other than the child, I don't know if I remember much.
That's really all there is to know. There's the child.
I was going to say the child blew some things up by going like this. Spoiler alert, and that's
He
it.
likes chicken
All right,
nuggies.
guys,
That's in
that
there,
was,
right?
what's that, Shelley?
He likes chicken nuggies, right? That's in there.
Yes.
as well?
Nuggies.
Chicken nuggies.
Froggy nuggies.
Mouse Kagamer says we should get in contact. Hey, Mouse Kagamer, whoever you are, just respond to my article on Friday.
Yeah, you'll find a link to Chris's email right in the top of the article.
You'll go right to my
Find that way,
MousePlanet
and that'll
email.
be great. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This has been week 28. We will see you
There he is.
real soon. Goodbye.
See you real soon.